and this that may be what's taking place. But there's also the idea from the scriptures that we always talk about, we understand eschatology. There is an end time. Now, are we living in the end times? No one knows. We're told that no one knows, but always be watching. I mean, that's the biblical approach. No one knows the day or hour, but you're always supposed to be watching and alert and not asleep. So if you're asleep and not paying attention, say, it doesn't really matter, that's wrong. If you're setting a date saying, I think we're in the end times, the rapture will happen anytime, it's like, you're wrong. We don't know where we're at in time. It could be, but we always got to be ready. So no one knows the day or hour, but you got to be looking for it. And so that's what we're going to be doing next is now what does, like, are we in the end times? Well, we should be awake and alert and be able to make some judgment calls and be watching. And so what we'll do starting next week, we'll just kind of go through, starting in Daniel, just some general overview of what the season and the times and the players are like to see, as these come out. I mean, history may roll right on past us and we never see end times or eschatology, the return of Christ. Or we may be, some generation is eventually going to be studying the Bible and say, oh my gosh, it's happening right in front of our face. And I think we're supposed to be a generation that's looking and making comparisons. So we know something about what's going on in our culture and our generation. If it's the end times, that's not for us to say, but we are to know what the Bible describes as the end times and make comparisons. So we'll start that next week, which will take several weeks. And then the last thing that we'll do is this right here, the suffering and persecution. It's out of the Titanic Faith book, the suffering. I know you don't have a copy of this yet. I just made 2 copies here. If you want one, you can have one. But that's just going to be, because some people, when we start talking about end times and the persecution and the suffering, Christians will go.